The greatest prevention tools that you can use is the traditional way of just sitting down with your children and eating a meal together. We spend more money on drug intervention, drug treatment. This is the country that you find AA, NA, and many other support systems. This is where we find plenty of psychiatrists, particularly out there in Washington, psychologists, social workers, counselors, scientists, many, many professionals in this country. Plenty of them. And yet, there are more people here in this country, in America, incarcerated than most places in the world. And you know what? We consume 2/3 of the drugs in the world. Can you imagine that? Listen to this. We consume 2/3 of the drugs in the entire world. The entire world does not consume the drugs that we do here. I just want you to consider these things with me because it's been on my mind. Our drug treatment programs, and this I got from one of the heads of the secular drug treatment program, their outcome, their success rate has moved from 2% to 1%. What they're doing in drug treatment programs are this. They're taking people that come in with illegal drug problems like heroin, cocaine, and so they move them out from those drugs and they introduce them to legal drugs like prescribed drugs. I live in Staten Island. Staten Island is known as the richest borough of all the boroughs in New York City. There's more money in Staten Island. Staten Island is predominantly Catholic. And we have per capita the highest abortion rate. More than the Bronx, more than New York City, more than Brooklyn. And it is a Catholic, it has religion there. It is a Catholic borough, and we have more abortion there than any other place. Suicide rate is the highest than the Bronx per capita, because our population is only 3 million. No, not 3 million, 1 million. And so, we have more kids killing themselves. Now in Anchor House was always predominantly black and Hispanics. No longer. No longer. We have an influx in the past 2 years of kids coming from areas like this, areas from Staten Island, Long Island. We have a lot of white American kids there. You see. And we're succeeding with them. See, because our rate can be anywhere, to be very, not manipulating statistics or anything like this, but our rate can be anywhere from 40 to 70. That's pretty good, considering that the drug treatment programs that have all the money, we function in the red. We got to be going out to different churches, different locations, doing proposals, and we don't get paid much money. Our pay range, what we get paid is from, what is it, $17,000 all the way to $60,000. That's what we get paid in Anchor House. We don't have any coverage. We have to pay into our dental coverage. We have to pay into our medical coverage. The other programs, the directors are making $250,000. Some of them $500,000. These secular programs, they're not producing. These individuals are leaving these programs addicted to prescribed drugs. Why the suicide in Staten Island? Because Staten Island, in comparison to these other boroughs, has the highest usage of prescribed drugs. Doctors are making millions. Not all doctors are bad people or anything like that. But in many cases, the drug dealers now are dressed in white. Kids, you know, I just heard on the news on my way here, and you got to think about these things. It's said that this guy went around killing people because he didn't take his prescription. You know, the problem was the prescription was the problem to begin with. Do you understand what I'm saying? What prescription drugs do to you, the side effects of it. So they're saying, oh, he didn't take it. No, the problem was he took it to begin with. And they gave him all kinds of stuff. Perhaps he was hallucinating. This stuff that they give you, you can sell a pill now in Brooklyn for $20, $30. So if I was on drugs, I would make some big money. I'll go to the first psychiatrist and I'll say to him, I'm hearing voices. What kind of voices here? I don't know. They're following me. Go to the second one, if I have a Medicaid card, one of those cards, I'm hearing voices. Which one? They follow me, they're calling my name. And I get all these prescriptions because that's what I was doing, to be honest with you. When I was on drugs, the way I could sustain using heroin, I would go into the psychiatrist. And I went to 3 psychiatrists, I was getting hundreds of pills, I'd go back to the corner and I'll sell them. But in those days, the pills were milder than what they give you now. Now you can snort them, you can shoot them. That's how pure it is. And so we're facing an enormous problem here in our country. I'm convinced that the only way to deal with this dilemma is through scriptural relationship with our Lord Jesus Christ. I believe that Anchor House has proven to be successful. Listen, I heard a mother come to me the other day, I had to turn her away. She said to me, my son is a bipolar. I said, well, what's that mean? Now you would think, shouldn't this guy know? He has master's degrees, he has a doctorate degree. But I tell him that, I said, I don't know what that means. They said, what? My son is bipolar, he has to take his prescription drugs. I said, I can't help you. You've got to ask him to go back to the psychiatrist, get him off, wean him off these pills, then we'll take it. Because we cannot have him there, because he's going to be nodding around, he's going to be sleeping around, and he's not going to be responsive to the things that we're going to be teaching him. But I have many mothers that come to me and give me this thing. Now, you know what scientists are doing? They're producing one drug. They think they're going to make big time money. See, I'm into this because I'm certified counselor in the state of